is up? What is up, Raider Nation? It is Monday. Welcome back to another episode of Puro Raiders podcast. Welcome with me, my boy, my co-host, Chona. What up, John?
What's up? What's up? We're back.
We're back.
Back to back weeks. Back to back weeks.
Back to back weeks. We got to get that streak going again, though. We got to keep going. We got to keep going. And I know we're a little late, but we got our guest coming on today. Everyone, welcome, Pharaoh. What up, bro?
Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on, everybody? The nation, man, the chat, man. I appreciate you having me on, man. Let's get it started, man, because trading camp is already underway. I already know we're here to talk Raider football. But how's everybody? How's everybody doing?
We're good, man. We're good.
I'm good.
Glad to finally be able to have you on here, dog.
Hey, man, I appreciate the invite, man. I appreciate the invite.
Yeah.
For real.
We got to do. We're doing this more often now, Chona.
Oh yeah, that's the whole plan. That's the whole plan. I've been MIA for a minute, but we back.
Yeah. Like collab more often. You know, it's always good to connect with Raider Nation. At the end of the day, we're gonna see each other at the game, so we might as well like do it on
right.
YouTube.
That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We might as well, right? Because you're in Vegas, right?
No, I'm actually in the Bay Area.
You're in the Bay Area? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
the Bay Area.
Yeah. So the Raiders left, but I didn't leave. So you know,
you didn't follow suit.
We're not gonna get into it, right? About Bay Area and LA, are we?
Nah, man. It's all love, man. But hey, we're kind of in the same boat. You know, the Raiders left LA and the Raiders left Oakland. So it is what it is.
Okay. That'd be like a sensitive subject for people sometimes, man.
Yeah,
we're all part of the same nation. It's all good.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me check in with the chat real quick. As always, you know, my boy Robert Banya. What up, Robert? My boy Chris, protect the shield. Raider Nation, what's the word?
Chris.
What's going on?
Says salute to Leo and my boy Pharaoh. Robert, salute to Chris. SoCal Sal. Says salute Leo, salute Pharaoh. Myra, hope everyone had a great weekend. I know she did. She be putting up them drinks on the weekends, dog.
Oh, for real?
She was talking about you were getting your umbrella drink ready.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
See, she's the one that says, Leo's late because he's adding an umbrella. Look, it's a beer. No Modelo, no Gatorade.
Straight chilling right now.
All right? Shoot. Always talking shit. They said Pharaoh late because he's looking for his favorite Raider.
Hey, man. I swear, since I started YouTube, man, I feel like I never really grew up wearing hats like that. I've worn hats, but like since I started YouTube, I've been a hat connoisseur. Like right now, it's like, you know, snapbacks and A-frames and you know the trucker hats, and now eventually I'm about to have some. I don't know. I'm gonna pull up somewhere with some crazy hat. I don't know. I've been into hats lately. I don't know what it is, but
the trucker hats are big right now.
You said it again? This one is. This one
the
new ones, the trucker hats. Yeah.
The trucker hats are going big right now with all the different type of logos.
Yeah. They've always been in, but you know they come and go, especially during the summer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I like the A-frames. I like the A-frame hats. I don't know if you mess with those hats, but those hats is cool too. But
I like the old school ones because I always like the regular snapbacks with the green bottom.
Oh yeah.
And some dudes don't mess. See, like how John's has the green.
Yep.
Nah. I've been collecting hats forever, bro. Forever.
Yeah, me too. I always hit up I get the special drops from like the hat club and stuff like that. But they drop
the only thing I hate is when the hat that you love gets like messed up. Like, do y'all have like a whole process to keep up with it, or it's just, you know what? It's just you got to just put it
at least try to keep up. My problem is that I sweat a lot.
Yeah.
So I always get the sweat stains. So that's my big. I got rotate hats like crazy.
Man, like there's
problem.
I want to keep. Like I have a Raider hat, bro. It's like my favorite Raider hat. It's just made differently, and I already know it's gonna come a day where I'm gonna have to put it down. You know, I'm gonna have to give it the salute, man. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, no, I like to rotate them because I still have the 2020 draft one.
See, I have that one. That was my favorite, but I fucked up and started wearing it to the gym. And then I got it all sweaty all around. Yeah.
Yeah, no, see, like I'll rotate them. So I have like have like over 50 hats that I just rotate. Not all Raider hats, but
he carries a little suitcase for his hats.
Hey, you know what? Bro. Hey, John. Hey, look. At the end of the day, man, me and you, man. Me and you, we on the
See what I mean? See what I mean?
Case too, bro. I got the case too, man. It's getting real bad right now. I got the whole case, the whole setup, and everything. So
I carry the case, and I'm walking around with those. I got like 4 hats. I was like, maybe
I don't walk around with it, but I like because dust gets on.
When we travel, when we travel.
Yeah,
I always have it with me.
Yeah,
and we always go together most of the time, and he's always he's like, what is that? I go, to hold my hat, so I keep the shape of the hat. You know what I mean? I get all smashed.
No, for real, it does keep it like it keeps it intact, and also keeps it like because dust at the end of the day. Outside, so it is what it is.
See, my problem is that I think I shit money, so I'm always just buying new ones. I'll just get another one. I'll get another one.
Well, if you're buying them like that, I don't know what to tell you, dude.
It could be a bad habit if you don't. If you're not in control of it, for sure. Man.
Run down.
And they're starting to get pricey too, man.
Yeah. Oh, they do. They do get pricey.
Yeah, I just went to the. I was down on the strip, and they have the big lids on the strip. So I stopped by there. I was like, let me go check this out. I hadn't been out there.
See.
And I'm sitting there. I was like, oh man, I want that one. It was like $50 a pop. And I was like, dude.
Bro. Hey man, I'm getting to a point where I'm just gonna make my own hat. That's what I
started doing.
That's what he started. Yeah, that's what he started.
That's what I started doing. Life is so much cheaper.
Yeah. And if you make a really hat, you could sell it. You know what I mean? If you make it dope enough, you could sell it, and then eventually that's your stuff right there.
I just gotta make my own hat and not do Raider ones because I'm gonna get caught up one day by them.
Yeah, I mean,
you get the licensing trouble.
Yeah, it's a little touchy though, man. If you try to make Raider related products or something like that, you gotta be. Some people get away with it because I be seeing some hats. It says Raiders, but it's not a Raider hat. I'm like, damn, like.
I make the old school ones, like the Los Angeles Raiders, the Oakland Raiders on top. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then I actually know someone who I got like a dope hoodie from, and I don't want to say his name or whatever, but he had to close down his whole business. He's like a year later. I was like, man, he made some dope stuff, and it was don't get me wrong, it did play around with the name, but it wasn't as bad as what I've seen other people, and they've been in business for years. So yeah, I don't know how. Maybe
it just becomes a copyright thing when you have a certain things, certain specific things. So that's
the crazy part is when you see the coaches and the players wearing that shit. Like I know the Nation has a couple of hats that the players have worn, and they're not official. Dark Side too. He's got a couple of hats that they wear.
They make some good stuff. They make some good stuff.
Yeah,
Yep.
Well, let's get to it. Like you said, bro, freaking training camp is here. Week 1, the battle for the QBs. How we thinking, man? Where we at when it comes to that? Where you guys at?
I mean, for me, I would hope AOC would stand out year 2, take the lead, and he's a young quarterback, probably has a little more upside compared to, a guy like Minshew who's been a journeyman. He's not the most talented, but he's like the most scrappy. You know what I mean? And you don't really know the true value of a guy like Minshew until he plays a game. But I would hope that maybe AOC could pull. But to be honest with you, if you really want me to be honest, I think our quarterback is going to be in next year's draft. I hope it is.
So you don't think either of these guys are the answer anyway?
Because let's be honest. Just look at the Super Bowl winners. Let's look at the teams that's going to the Super Bowls. Let's look at the teams that are winning the Super Bowls. I understand that Mahomes is a 1-on-1, but like the guys that are competing with him, you would think that the Raiders would take some clue, and then they have. I think we heard those rumors about them trading up, but they just couldn't get the job done. Hopefully they're able to pull off something. But right now, everything around AOC is amazing right now. It sounds
the cast.
I have way more belief on everything outside of AOC, and that's and Minshew. But I think AOC is probably going to get the edge, but I think the pieces around him. The Raiders got some pieces, man. That defense, from what I'm hearing,
that defense is nasty.
Is nasty, man. But
that defensive line.
Yeah, that D-line.
D-line. That's what I'm really excited to see.
Yeah.
So you don't buy into Minshew mania, Pharaoh?
Nah, man.
Nah.
Unless like AOC like West the bed, like you know what I mean. Like he just chokes. He throws hella picks, and then a guy like Minshew, probably a veteran who's been there, done that, been in different situations. And in preseason, he plays, lights out. He makes some plays, and obviously the team rallies behind him. But from what it sounds like, when you got Devontae Adams kind of saying like, yeah, AOC. Man, I give him the edge. And, like a lot of people are kind of like, so when you hear that, then AOC might end up being the guy.
Yeah. Well, the main thing I keep hearing is the defense is dominating. The defense is dominating. They're a step above, and you never hear the offense good from the offense at training camp.
Right.
So it's always because our defense is so good. So, like, at what point do we start worrying, or are we not worried because it's only shorts right now, and we wait to see the preseason games to see how this offense is going to look like on the field?
Yeah.
Preseason will tell us a bit, especially at the quarterback. For me, I like AOC. I've always said it. I say, give the boy a chance. I mean, if he works out, he works out. He doesn't, he doesn't. But I think he's got a lot of upside to him. Give him a full season of training camp with the first team. Unlike last year, where Garoppolo took some rips, and at the end of the day, Garoppolo was done by like week 4, whatever week that was. So it was like, I was like, all right. He came in, he came in a rough spot. Got better as the year went on. But I'm hoping like I said, I saw a couple of throws down the stretch that I liked. They were in a good position where only the receiver was going to catch it. And I hope that chemistry builds. And I like him because he's a big kid. I like the big, tall quarterbacks. He just can't move. That's my only thing. It's not even it feels like he can't move at all.
Right.
You know what I mean? But there have been quarterbacks that have been successful who don't move. So if you protect them well enough, you'll be all right.
Yeah, you protect them well enough, and then obviously they have to be elite in some areas outside of being athletic. You know what I mean? Like being accurate and reading the defense and things like that. Which ALC, is possible. It's possible, but we'll see, man. I just seen some stat just the other day, like, and they talked about how the most I think it was like 20 yards down the field or 10 plus yards down the field, as far as accuracy percentage. And Minshew and AOC on the wrong side of that stat. So,
oh, really?
Yeah. And, you go to a guy like Lugetzi who likes to maybe throw it downfield, and you got these wide receivers, you got these big play, type of weapons. You know what I mean? Hopefully that short passing game is pretty good, but we'll see, man. Like we'll see how it shakes out, but I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah, I think a lot of it falls on, like how you said, on Getsy. The offense, the kind we're going to call. I know everybody's saying we're going to be a run-heavy team. That doesn't make me feel good, given who our running backs are. Like, I saw Zeus. He did good at the end, whatever, but I still need to see more to believe he's the guy that can carry the load. And I know we're going to have running back by committee, but to me, even Madison's a big question mark. He did good that one year as a fantasy back as a RB2. They let Cook go, put him as 1, and it wasn't the same. So you definitely know he has an issue on carrying the load. So what's that going to look like? And then, of course, we got the emergence of Lobby. Dylan Lobby, the whole nation's in love with that kid. What is he going to do? What is he going to look like? But, I mean, how much difference is he going to be able to make as a rookie coming into this league? But who knows? He might come out balling. The way he's looking at camp, he definitely looks a lot quicker. I don't know if you saw that video of them doing the running back drills where Zeus was, like, hitting everything in his way, and Lobby's over here moving with the quick feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you seen it. Now, I didn't get a chance to see it, but I think pads come on tomorrow. And that's where you probably could see maybe some of these running backs stand out a little bit more. But but to be honest, probably with these rules and how the NFL is
the limited hitting.
Yeah, the limited hitting and how they coach. It's just I think maybe during the game is when we're going to see how the running game is going to look like. And hey, Getsy in his past when coaching that offensive scheme, he's coached offenses where the run game was probably tops in the league. So, and then you got a Zamir White who he's taking that challenge that, hey, you know what? I'm going to be the guy. Hey, you see all these crazy workouts like you mentioned, but we'll see, man. I think, and I've said like previously, I said like I think Zamir White is going to be the biggest X factor on the offense.
Yeah,
I feel like we know.
So.
Yeah, because you know what we're gonna get out of that QB position for the most part.
Mhm.
We're not expecting them to carry the offense. We're not expecting them to do that.
Right.
But we know who Devontae Adams is. We know who Jacoby Myers is. We know we got some two talented tight ends. We're hearing good things about Trey Tucker.
Yeah.
But the biggest X factor, one of the quarterback's best friends, is that run game.
That
And
run game.
if Zamir White, he doesn't have to be Josh Jacobs, but if he can be pretty good, I think that will complement the defense that we supposedly are going to have this year. So
Yeah.
I can agree with
that.
that.
And then without the running backs and all, they changed that tackling rule too, right? About the hip drop and all.
Yeah,
that.
no hip. Yeah.
So that's going to make a difference because the contact's going to be different.
Yeah, that
makes a big difference.
That's going to be big for the running backs, but guess what? Our tight ends, they got that yak ability too. So
that yak ability.
So that's going to be that's kind of what I see because Zeus is. I look at compared to Jacobs, I look at Zeus more of a contact power guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So when you can't tackle a certain way, you got to come at him a certain way.
Yeah,
you definitely don't want to come high on Zeus.
Yeah, exactly. So it changes it up a little bit. So I'm kind of interested to see how that works out.
So I actually got the stat right here: highest rate of incompletions due to inaccurate passes on passes traveling 10+ yards, and you got Aiden O'Connell at 50%. He's like, not as bad as Minshew. Minshew is at man, I gotta look for his name over here, man. Minshew is man, it's looking bad. I think
as long as he doesn't miss Devontae Adams,
you know what? Actually, I'm reading this wrong. So he's probably the second worst quarterback as far as passing it downfield 10+ yards.
Minshew?
No, AOC.
Okay.
Yeah. So Minshew is number 5. He's 5th on the list. Right next to him is Derek Carr. For any of y'all Derek Carr haters, y'all hate Derek Carr. Derek Carr. He struggled last year. So I don't know if that makes people feel a lot better, but yeah, man, I think that's going to be something to take a look at. Is like how are they going to look passing it downfield? Because that's if defenses know that you can't throw downfield, they're going to be super aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, as long as he's not throwing it like a fucking Garoppolo.
Oh, man.
Garoppolo had the one with Devontae Adams wide open. I'm sitting there like,
I never liked Garoppolo. I remember when
neither did I.
I remember when we got him, man. I was just like, come on, man. Because I got friends who are Niner fans, and I used to always make fun of like, hey, y'all not winning Super Bowl because Garoppolo is your quarterback. Y'all not winning Super Bowl. Yeah. Because he was the weak link, and then we end up getting him. And I was like,
right.
Dude is not it. And then
I remember that Rams game where he was the reason they fucking lost that NFC championship. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then people, the narrative kind of switched when we signed him. So some people, I guess they're trying to be positive. They're like, well, he's a winner. He's a winner. Hey, I've been there, man. I know what it is, man. We all been there, as Raider fans. We always have tried to make, something positive when it's, it's hard to find it. You know what I mean? So I try to be positive with Garoppolo. I'm like, oh, you know what? Maybe McDaniels, that's the guy that drafted him. He's familiar with them. Maybe we'll see.
You were talking yourself into that one, bro.
Man, I did, man. I did.
Yeah, I was never the fan favorite of Garoppolo.
I was always telling John, I felt like we got caught with our pants down when we got Jimmy. Like Brady retired on us. Rodgers went to the Jets. Yeah. We let Carr go. So now we're stuck with when you go to the club and they turn the lights on at night, like, fuck it, I'll take you home. Like, that's how it felt when we got Jimmy. Like, Stiddy was gone. Like, fuck it.
He was definitely not plan A. He was not the number. It was definitely Tom Brady. It was definitely Tom Brady. But he ended up retiring.
But I do feel a lot better going into this year with AOC and Minshew than I did last year with Jimmy and Hoyer. Yeah.
Hoyer.
Yeah. Because we feel good about the team overall. Like, we feel good about the defense, the weapons we have on offense, like the coach. You know what I mean? That's a big part of the team too as well. But I mean, that quarterback position is very important, though. I'm not gonna lie, but
it is. But I mean, I think I've seen teams overcome the quarterback position when they're coached well. And I think back to like the Ravens when they fucking won, the Super Bowl, or even the Bucks, when they did it with Johnson. It was one of those things. It's like, I know with coaching well, you don't need that Mahomes type, but you also need to be able to make a play here and there. You do need to make a play here and there at least to at least score and put some points on the board and not expect the defense to score for you.
Yeah. And that's what I think is going to happen this year. I think that, best case scenario, obviously defense is going to dominate. We're going to get the run game going. We're going to have some talented pieces on offense. But, when we play a better quarterback, it's going to show. You know what I mean? It's going to show.
Yeah.
And then also, like, how's AOC or Minshew going to look in, like, those big-time moments where it's 2 minutes left in the game?
Right.
That's like, oh, man, that's when it really shows who got the better quarterback. Like, those big moments, those big third downs, red zone, like, at the end of the game, fourth quarter. We'll see. And playoffs too. Playoffs, you get exposed.
Playoffs is big.
You get exposed. Whew, you get exposed. And hopefully we do make it to playoffs. And if we do, hey, hopefully it's a situation where we'll be like, you know what? We got a great team. We're just gonna get that quarterback, and then we get that young QB. The rest is history. You know what I mean? F Mahomes and all these other guys.
That's so true though, because you say playoffs, because with our last QB who took us there, I remember our thing with him was he would just get rid of the ball instead of giving people a chance. And I still remember that fourth down play against Cincinnati. Like, bro, what were you throwing it to? At least give someone a chance to make a play, and they'll be trying and that goes back to the quarterback being able to make things happen in those key situations.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no doubt, man. So we'll see, man. Hey, look, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but also, it's all about like the percentages, the likelihood of things happening. If we're being real, we've been Raider fans for a long time, so we've seen what bad quarterback play looks like.
Oh yeah,
we've seen what solid quarterback play, and if we've seen great quarterback play for a small amount of time. We did see Rich Gannon, win an MVP and play great. You know what I'm saying? So we've seen what that looks like too, but. If we're being real, do we see that in AOC and Minshew? Can that happen? Maybe right now they're playing right now because we're hearing what they're talking about in training camp, and they're kind of struggling a little bit. But the defense may be the story of the year for this team. So like maybe they're just playing against a top tier defense, and maybe they play against like maybe a Kansas City and they play better. You know what I mean?
Because they play better.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping.
That's true.
Or the Chargers, who we play week 1.
Right. The fucking Chargers.
Right. Yeah, man. So we'll see, man. What do y'all think about the who do y'all like X factors? I know I mentioned Zamir White, but who do y'all feel like the X factor on the team, like that will really kind of take this team or hold this team to a certain level, or take this team to another level?
You want to go first, John?
For me, I think the tight ends were going to open it up a lot for the passing game. I really like Michael Mayer. I'm a big Notre Dame guy, so I've always liked him. But he's a big solid kid. He could block. He catches. I like that he catches with his hands. That's what I always say. Some of those guys that catches with his hands. He's big.
You've always said that people who catch with their body.
I can't stand it. I can't stand it because growing up, we were always taught to catch with your hands, and we didn't use gloves. You know what I mean? Imagine if we actually used gloves the way they do nowadays.
Yeah,
that shit used to hurt your hands trying to catch that ball like that. But and so I liked him, and Bowers is the same way. Bowers, I think is a big utility guy because you can put him almost anywhere.
Yeah,
and he could be a mismatch in almost every single spot.
Yeah.
So, because he's so athletic, so big, so strong, he's quick, he's a good, I don't know. So I think the tight ends can open it up a lot for the passing game. I think it's going to keep like the corners and linebackers a little at bay and a little loyal when you bring them out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to open stuff up down the middle.
Yeah. No doubt. Leo, man, who you got?
For me, I keep looking at we have the Tay, Kobe. I think Kobe's gonna have a great season. I like Jacoby Myers. I think he's one of the most underrated receivers in the NFL. And I saw a film where they were playing him in the slot, and they had Tay on the outside, they had Kobe in the slot, and then they had Tucker on the outside. And I was like, man, that could be nasty. Trying to guard him even on the inside. could be even dangerous. But to me, I think also Trey Tucker. I've seen some video of him. He is catching more with his hands, John. He made a catch today where he had to like dig one up from the ground. So if he could start catching with his hands, be more secure, because that speed is nasty.
Oh, it is.
That speed is nasty. And if we can start stretching the field more with him, and them having to respect that with him, that opens up so much more underneath with Mayer, with Bowers, with Tay, with Kobe.
Yeah.
That could just be so intense that you don't know what to do at that point. And we've had that in the past. Even before the incident with Ruggs, he was killing people stretching the field.
Yeah,
having him just be able to do that opened up so much more on the inside for Waller, for Renfro, things like that. So I think that's going to be a huge part of it too.
Yeah, now you make a good point about Trey Tucker, because he's technically our only deep threat. What I mean?
Unless one of the rookies shows something, because I know that one kid, they're pretty hype on from Tennessee. But he's
undrafted guy.
Yeah.
We'll see if they make the team too. But that there's that. But it's possibility we might add another guy, which would make sense. But especially with Gallup retiring, so that kind of opens up a spot at that receiver spot. But Trey Tucker, man, they're hyping him up, man. I know early on, like Devontae Adams talked about him, like, hey, I never really seen a rookie come in this mature, and if I came with this mentality, man, I would have been so much better early on. And and then you got obviously Antonio Pierce he singled him out as one of the players of the offseason. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's and Jacoby Myers too, as well too. So So I see what you're saying there, man. But
I think they all go hand in hand, because I think the running game will open up a lot for quarterbacks as well.
Yeah,
if you have a really good, solid running game, it just opens up. It just opens up a lot. So
that, and it opens up the play action.
Yeah, that's the that's the biggest thing.
That run game, that play action will start killing you with that deep threat and quick, good route runners like Kobe and Adams.
Now you John, you mentioned the tight ends, right?
Yeah.
We drafted a tight end this year, which was kind of a little bit of a shock, but he happened to be the best player on the board.
On the board, yeah.
And Telesco, that's his thing. Who do you think? And then you got Michael Mayer, who's coming off his rookie year where he had his ups and downs and he wasn't really happy. This is coming solely from him. He said that he wasn't happy at times.
Yeah, with McDaniels.
Pretty much. And now he kind of looks like a new guy out there. He's making plays. Second year, who do you think is going to have the better year? Is it Michael Mayer or Brock Bowers?
You're asking a Notre Dame fan, bro.
You know what? I think
he's biased.
I think Bowers is going to have the better year, but not out of the tight end spot.
Okay,
like traditional tight end,
not a traditional tight end spot.
Right.
I think he's so well. He's such a diverse player. You could put him almost anywhere on the line.
Yeah,
and he could come off the line and run around. You could put him on the slide. You could put him on the outside. He's just athletic like that.
Yeah,
which with Myers, I think is more of just a typical tight end.
Yeah.
So I think numbers wise, Bowers will probably be better. But I think in the if I was within the red zone, I'm going on Michael Mayer.
Yeah.
But I think Bowers number wise, I just by looking at them and seeing the difference, because they're very different. Yeah. And that's why I like them, because they're very different. They're not the same.
Yeah.
So you have them both on there at the same time.
Yeah.
And those are big bodies. So I was like, but I think Bowers number wise would probably be a little bit better.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see. But AOC does have good chemistry with Mayer.
He does.
He did from last year.
He did, and especially towards the end. That's what I got
Jets
excited.
Game. That Jets game.
Yeah, that was a nice catch. That was a nice catch. I was at that game, man. That was a nice catch in the back of the end zone.
Oh, you were at that game?
Yeah.
And AOC looked like Mahomes for just 1 second, and he just to Michael Mayer.
And
he got out of the pocket, threw that up, and it was like,
and that's why I say he has his moments when he puts the ball in the right spot. He's not very consistent with it all the time.
Yeah,
but he has his moments, and he can. At least I know he can do that.
Yeah,
he can do it a little more consistently.
Yeah,
it might work out. It might not. But I'm saying if you do it a little more consistently, that'll put us in a good position.
Yeah, I think AOC is going to be better this year. Come on, because last year was like a shit show, man. Like it was just like.
I mean, he got thrown in the fire.
Yeah, it was
his first game. They decided not to block Khalil Mack for some reason.
Yeah,
like
Khalil Mack looked like a Raider. Khalil Mack,
right? I was like, bro, like, are we gonna block Khalil today?
Yeah, like 6 sacks and 1.5 or something like that. I think.
Yeah,
that was ridiculous.
He had
bro.
6 in that game, and he only had like 8 the whole year or something.
The whole year.
He had 6 in that game. I was like, man,
damn. Hey,
but you know what, Pharaoh? You brought up a good point, and with Mayer, as far as him not being happy with McDaniels.
Yeah,
and being a big Notre Dame fan, if you know their coach Marcus Freeman, he's more of a coaching style like AP, as opposed to the Josh McDaniels style. Like Notre Dame went through a whole change with their coaches, and when Freeman took over, it kind of like brought back that energy to the Notre Dame players as well. Kind of the way AP does it.
The way I see it is like with Freeman and AP, the players want to be there. The players want to go out and play.
They want to go out there.
They'll go out and fight. They'll go out and fight for you. You know what I mean? Like they'll do that. Like my coach wants my coach. I mean, I'm fighting for my coach or whatever. It's not just in that aspect, but I'm saying like they'll go out there and they'll they want to do that for you. And we didn't have that with McDaniels. McDaniels, everybody was like, we don't want to be here. They didn't, they didn't want to be there. They didn't want to do anything for McDaniels.
Sure, there were fans that say, I don't want to be here anymore because of McDaniels.
But it was kind of interesting hearing Devontae talk about McDaniels. Like he had a lot of good things to say about him. Like he still was like a McDaniels guy. But
I think he was a smart. I think a lot of people forget that he was a smart offensive coordinator. But as a head coach, it's different. You have to lead these men, and that's the part I don't think McDaniels ever got. And I think that's what Tay was referring to.
Yeah. No, I think he made a point. He said like he was trying to coach everybody the same way. And not everybody is the same player. You know what I mean? Like because he mentioned like, oh, I can respond to like tough coaching, but not this player can't respond to it. So you got to know who you have in the room. And a guy like AP, like he's an ultimate, players coach. Like he understands the locker room and the players, and I'm sure he doesn't talk to everybody. I don't talk to everybody the same way. You know what I mean?
No, I don't either. Yeah, there's some people I can get in your ass, other I got to sugarcoat it for you.
Yeah. So it's like, you just got to understand who you're talking to at the end of the day.
Yeah. And AP said it. I'm gonna let you be you, but we got to be ourselves collectively.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As a unit, he's like, you can be yourself. But as a part of this team, type of thing.
Yeah.
So and that's always the best way to do it because not like you say, not everybody's the same. So people, you could tell, when Homeboy got the interception against Mahomes.
Yeah.
He was staring him down, and he said he was about to try. He was about to point the football at him.
Yeah.
And he was about to, and he said it himself. I was going to point it at him, but I figured out at that moment that the 6 is more important than the flag or whatever it was. He said it himself, and he said it himself. So I was like, okay, at that moment, he's hyped up, but he's also thinking in the same process that, what if I do this, it's going to get us a flag, 15 or whatever it is. So,
that's I think last year, the craziest stat that I've ever seen was the Raiders being the least penalized team. I don't think I've ever seen
when was the last time we've ever heard that?
I've never seen that, bro. I've never seen that. So
we were always the most penalized, like year after year.
Yeah, we used to have like crazy penalties every game. Some the refs hate us. Some was like, come on, man, we got to be smarter than that. Like we can't make at the wrong times and everything like that. But like last year, like from game 1 to game 17, like we weren't that team that was getting penalized a lot. Man, we probably had a game or here and there, but at the end of the day, it all added up to the Raiders being the least penalized team.
Yeah,
which was crazy. It's crazy.
And in the past, we always had penalties that always negated a touchdown or an interception.
Right.
Those were the worst, bro.
Oh, you're like, oh man, we finally got
or a touchdown, like holding Illuminor's eyes. Illuminor
Illuminor.
It was.
Yeah, I think that playoff game against the Bengals, if you guys remember, a few years back when that was like that was the year old boy was coaching, special teams coordinator.
Yeah, Rich
Bisaccia. That game, man, we had some penalties on the offensive line where I was like, come on, man.
We did, yeah.
Playoff.
That was the game of the ghost whistle. Remember?
Yeah, that was that one.
Yep, man. It's always something with the Raiders, man. The league is always something. But it is what it is, man. I just want to see playoff football because it's nothing better than that. Like watching playoff, like watching a playoff football game is good, but like watching your team in a playoff football game,
that's a different vibe.
Man, I always tell people this because our boy Rundown, he's a younger Raider fan, so it's been a little bit rough for Rundown, you know, as a newer Raider fan. I have two younger nephews, especially the younger one. That was like his second year as a Raider fan, and we made the playoffs. So to him, that's like something we're gonna do regularly. Right. We went to the pizza place. We were in the playoffs. Yeah. The Raiders are good, and everyone's telling him like, "Nah, bro, it's been a minute since we've been here."
Yeah.
And now, but he expects it all the time now. Like, how come we didn't make the playoffs, Uncle? Like, we beat the Chiefs. What the hell? Like, yeah. But
man, now that I think about it, man, we've seen some pretty bad like football teams in the last like 20 years. Like, just think about it, like
since that Super Bowl.
Because like a lot of
dude. Since that Super Bowl, our teams have been horrible.
I will go to the grave saying that it wasn't the Tuck rule that changed our trajectory. It was fucking Davis trading Gruden to Tampa. Since then, since that Super Bowl, we have not been the same.
Yeah, his ego's crazy. His ego's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? His ego got the best of him there, but
from our center, since that Super Bowl, center getting lost in TJ. You know, finding out he was bipolar afterwards, and oh my god, like
And then Bill Callahan, according to Tim Brown, Bill Callahan just had a heavy run base offensive game plan against a like smaller, obviously athletic, talented Tampa Bay team.
Yeah, right.
All of a sudden, just change it into a heavy pass game right before the game, like
right before,
right? Like that Friday or that Friday, whatever. They changed it up, and it was just like. And Tim Brown brought that up. I was like, what? Yeah, Bill Callahan can never come back in this building for sure. Like,
oh man, I would want to punch that fool if I ever saw him.
he gave him that one.
Oh man. My god,
that was horrible. But yeah, since then, man, we've been in the playoffs twice.
Yeah,
since then.
Yeah,
2016.
That's just
when
twice.
We lost to who was it that we lost to? Houston.
Houston.
Yeah, Houston.
And then we lost to the
Bengals. The team that we beat, the Raiders team, that was a team that they actually beat in the regular season, I think, that year.
Yeah, they were in Mexico, I think it was a Mexico game too.
Mexico game. Yeah.
I think Awali had like a long big time touchdown that game too. Like fullback, y'all remember. But yeah, man, it's
we had no offense though, because DC was gone by that point. So it was like
that's when he got hurt. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Y'all remember the quarterback that started in DC's place?
Was it Cook or was it McGloin?
It was Connor Cook.
It was Connor Cook, right? Yeah, the rookie.
Yeah, man. But yeah, we've seen like the Andrew Walters, the Rick Myers, Tuiasosopo.
Oh my God, Rick Myers, Tuiasosopo.
Man, Terrell Pryor. I mean, I thought, man, I was hoping
Terrell Pryor wasn't all that bad. I mean,
athletic wise, I was just hoping for the best, but he couldn't complete. He was not accurate at all, bro. Like I was just hoping like we can get like maybe a Cam Newton out of him, because at the time that's when Cam Newton kind of
right. You know, I think he was one of those players that just the NFL wasn't ready for that yet. They didn't know how to take it in. But if Terrell was to come out now, can you imagine how teams would use him right now? Terrell Pryor,
a little bit ahead of his time.
It's you still got to be accurate. At the end of the day, man, he just wasn't accurate. I don't know, man. He was never really consistently accurate, and that was like his biggest downfall. At the end of the day, like maybe if he gets that offensive coordinator that coaches the Colts now. He used to be OC for the Eagles when they won. I think not when they won the Super Bowl, but they went to the Super Bowl with him with Jalen Hurts, and he ended up becoming the head coach for Steiny. The head coach.
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
So he knows how to work with those athletic type quarterbacks and knows how to build the offense. So maybe he can develop them in his type of offense. Because at the end of the day, sometimes it's not really about the talent, or it's like the type of the situation that they go to. Like
that's the way they utilize it. Like you look at the way D'Amico Ryans utilized CJ. Like he used them to his strengths. You know, he didn't try to change CJ Stroud. Go out there and do your thing.
Yeah, man. So Myra says Tua was my neighbor, hella nice guy. Yeah, Tua was a beast in college. I think he had like man, he had like a 200-yard like I think rush game in college, man. He played for like the Washington Huskies, I think.
Yeah, it was with the Huskies.
Yeah, was he? Yeah.
Chris was talking about your stat, bro. He said that stat is wild, and you want to tell me that AOC is super accurate? That's just not true.
Yeah, but it's hard because at the end of the day, it's like last year it was so bad offensively all the way around. It's like, how can you judge a player in that type of a 4th round rookie quarterback coming in?
Right.
You got Michael Mayer saying I didn't figure out the offense until like week 8. You know what I mean? Or I didn't figure out the offense until, it's just you got players running into each other. Like, it's just, come on, like.
That one play with Devontae and Ramford running into each other.
Yeah, that was horrible.
That was horrible, man.
Rookie offensive play caller, it's
right.
just, well, just so many things happen all at once. That's why, like, you lose a game 3-0. I've never seen that before. I've never seen a game where a team lost 3-0. So,
and then the thing people forget, like when we finally did get a drive in that Minnesota game, Renfro fumbled the damn ball in the red zone.
Yeah,
he fumbled that ball, and then we couldn't get back in there. But yeah.
Yeah, man. So
LQ Sports has a question, bro. He says, what are we going to do when our quarterback's down mid-season having problems? What's going to happen then?
Minshew time.
We're mid-season and we're having quarterback.
You go to the backup.
Yeah.
Minshew mania time.
I mean, what else can you? There's nothing much you can really do. I mean,
right?
if he's not working out,
yeah.
I mean, you got to give the other guy a shot.
Yeah,
we ain't tanking. I'll tell you that much. We ain't tanking for.
You got to give the guy a shot.
Yeah, no, AP's not going to be tanking because
it's his job.
Yeah, because we don't know. It's funny that we haven't even heard his contract details. Usually we hear like, oh, this coach signed for 5 years or 4 years.
That's true.
McDaniel's 5 years with Gruden 10 years, but we didn't hear.
Yeah, that was crazy. Gruden 10 years.
10 years, crazy. Oh my god. Mark Davis, man, he needs to get someone to make them type of decisions because that's.
I think he finally did, because if you look at who he hired as a GM, he finally hired an experienced GM. Even though a lot of us wanted Kelly to be hired as the full-time one, and people were like, "Oh, this dude from the Chargers," but at least Coupon Tom's an experienced GM finally. So we finally have that in that sense, and he hired AP. He could have went against it. He could have went after Harbaugh. You know what all the people were saying we should have if you weren't a Raider fan. Yeah.
Yeah. But the only go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say with Tom, we're talking about Tom, right?
Yeah.
Tom. You know what? He's always drafted well. It's not like he hasn't drafted. It just hasn't worked out for some reason in San Diego.
And then some get injured.
Los Angeles, San Diego, whatever. Like I keep saying San Diego. I'm used to saying San Diego. But if you look at the talent that he's had at San Diego that he's drafted, it's always been pretty decent and it's always worked out good. And it seemed to be the guy that always burned us all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they just couldn't put it together. So I don't know. Maybe that comes down to the head coach putting it together.
Yeah. They just didn't have a coach. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm assuming if he could bring that type of talent or eye for talent, and you got someone who's like AP who knows how to lead, men at this point, because they're all men. You know what I mean? You got to know how to, not everybody can lead men. Not everybody's going to listen to you.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fine.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna play the other side, man. I'm gonna play the other side, the devil's advocate here, because I understand, like, because you said, oh, we got Tom Telesco, he has plenty of experience,
right?
But what we don't really see GMs get rehired after they get fired. We
normally you don't, right?
You don't see that often, and the Raiders did that.
Yeah.
And with Tom Telesco, like the vibe that I get with him, he's gonna be super conservative.
You think?
I mean, because he doesn't, like, his history will tell you. I mean,
he doesn't move up in the draft. That's for sure. He wasn't the guy that was
10 years. 10 years is a long. 10 years is a long time, man. Like, you could literally see people's you could see, like, all right, this guy doesn't do this, he doesn't do that. So it's kind of like, and then if you want to look at like the NFL, you look at all the great teams, right? You just the teams that always are at the top of the team. There's always, what do they got? They always got like good coach. They got some type of good quarterback play for the most part. And the GM that they have is a guy that they picked. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Or that they picked that was a first time GM and like that was their guy. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't
they take the risk.
Exactly, man. So
it could have the other effect because he's always been reserved. Maybe he decides to take a risk.
Say it again.
I said he's always been the reserve guy in that way, where he doesn't move up. Let's move down.
Yeah.
Maybe he learns from that and he actually starts doing that type of stuff. You
Yeah.
go the other way too.
Yeah. The good thing is though, we don't have a head coach that has ultimate power. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want that.
Like the last one. Oh my god, yeah.
That was horrible.
Yeah, man. John Gruden, man, I don't know how much he had to do with some of the missed first round picks.
Oh, he had a lot to do with the Tanner Muse, the Pharaohs. Yeah.
I remember Pharaoh was the one I was, who the hell was that? I remember. I mean, I knew, but I was like, wait, that's not the same last name. It's the last name because there was another player. I was like, wait, that's not the same guy though.
Yeah.
I remember. I was like, no, it just didn't work out.
Yeah, and some people in the chat were saying like, he wasn't okay. He wasn't going to move up when he signed Minshew. But Minshew, who's Minshew though? You know what I mean? Like, if you had a chance to get a talented quarterback, one of the talented quarterbacks, is Minshew going to stop you? Like, oh no, we signed Minshew. Nah. Like,
yeah.
You understand what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Who else was he going to sign though? I mean, other than paying Cousins all that money.
No. He was talking about like people were saying, well, why would you move up when you got Minshew?
Oh,
Minshew, Minshew shouldn't stop you from moving up.
Right.
I think he's just an insurance policy.
Yeah. I think the Raiders, how the Raiders should play it is have AOC start. He's a young guy. He's a little bit more fragile. Let him like develop. And if it doesn't work out, you got an experienced guy who's used to coming off the bench.
Right.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
True.
And I think that's why I always tell Chris, like, as much as I think Minshew can win games, I'd rather see AOC start for that reason. Because if he doesn't pan out, if he does fail, Minshew can come in and has come in that role before. Like he did last year for when Anthony Richardson went down. He came in and took over that team with Jonathan Taylor out, so he finally got him back.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
No, and that's always. I think it's always hard when you move up, also when you draft quarterbacks, because in college it's so much about a system, and if you don't pick the right guy to come into your system, it's always rough and stuff. Yeah, but I don't know. So that's what I'm always doubtful about quarterbacks. Yeah, because I know this year we had a lot of them. We had a lot of quarterbacks leaving within those first 10 picks.
It's not even just quarterbacks, man. It's a lot of players, man. Think about a good story, because I'm glad he was able to like show that how talented he was. But Malcolm Kuntz was drafted by the Mike Mayock, John Gruden, and Gus Bradley, defensive coordinator, who had his probably a little bit of an input of who he wanted, and he was drafted to that team. And then we seen a little potential that first year. He had a couple of sacks. He came in again a few times and had a couple of sacks. And then fast forward, McDaniels comes to town, and then he ends up signing Chandler Jones. And then Kuntz becomes the forgotten man.
The forgotten man.
Yeah.
Sign Chandler Jones and draft Tyree Wilson.
Exactly. Exactly. And then within that time, I'm sure like the influence of like having Max Crosby, the ultimate leader on that team, great player who plays the same position, probably had a good influence on a guy like Kuntz. He was able to improve his game. Like last year, he was able to show that he could stop the run, and which meant he played more snaps. More snaps means more attempts at getting at what? The quarterback.
The quarterback.
The rest is history.
And he did that. He did that.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
and he did that on the biggest stage for us against Kansas City.
Yeah.
Like he made his presence known in that Kansas City.
Yeah, he did.
Yep. Yeah, no doubt, man. So we'll see, man, because that's gonna be an interesting like topic next off season or maybe during the season. Like, do we extend Kuntz? Should we invest? Because pass rushers, they get paid.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yep. And then Max Crosby is gonna get eventually Max Crosby his contract. Eventually you're gonna have to. Max Crosby's like the face of the Raiders, so you're gonna have to like give him his money, and then it's like what? How much money?
Do you think Crosby would want a max deal, or would it be a team-friendly deal because he wants to stay here and win?
Shit, man, he took a team-friendly deal the first time around. To be honest with you,
you know what I mean. I think it's going to depend on how the team looks,
where we're at that point.
Yeah, I think if we're close, he might take a little bit of a discount. But if we revert back to that whole. Okay, no, then I'm not. I think he's going to want to stay and he'll be like, pay me.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
That's crazy that his contract, like they really made it 98 million. Like, you know what I mean? Like 98 million. He plays 98% of the snaps. Like that's
98 million. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But
and then you got that little bonus, right? Last year, that little increase. Yeah.
Yeah, they gave him a little bit of extra. You know what I mean? I'm sure, like, you know, hey, look, out of good faith, like you're playing more than what you're getting paid, because I don't think I don't know where he's ranked as far as like the top 10 or, you know, top paid pass rushers, because, you know, to me, he's a top, you know, 5'3" pass rusher. But I'm not sure if he's getting paid like that.
Yeah, he's not the top.
No, he's not getting paid like that. No, he's not.
Oh yeah, I mean, it gets that market gets reset every year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, yeah.
Every year.
The quarterback market. Tua and what's his name?
Love got a Love's a huge deal.
Huge deal.
Man, yeah, he looks like he might be the next guy too. So
he look good. He look good.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Hopefully, the Raiders got one of them. He's on the roster, or hopefully we get that in the near future. We'll see how it shakes out. But I was thinking like early on, like, and I want to see what y'all think about this. But I was saying like, hey man, Raiders should make an attempt to trade for Hendon Hooker.
I've heard that. I've heard people say
this
that.
Is early in the offseason. At this point, it's probably a little too late for that. But I don't know. Is it too late? You know what I mean? Like if Hendon Hooker's balling out and AOC and Minshew are throwing like 10 picks each preseason game, like, are you?
It ain't the great Raider defense anymore at that point, right? But doing it in the preseason.
Man, I don't know, man.
Now you're,
you know, I'm just throwing it out there, but we'll see, man. It's a lot to.
Yeah, I wish they would have drafted Hooker, or even even this draft, one of the later ones, whether if it was Rattler or somebody like that. But not getting anybody, I guess, to me in my mind, thought they had faith in AOC and Minshew, where they didn't have to go get another guy. And if they did need one, like how you're saying, go into next year's draft if we needed to get one, or who knows? Like, I mean, you said trade for Hendon Hooker. There's people out there in the media that think that if we don't do well with our quarterback this year, that Dak is going to be out there for us next year. It was Dak and Tua, but now Tua got paid. Yeah. So
I don't think I just maybe they like the top guys that went off the board. And then after that, they just probably weren't fans of the other guys. They probably thought they could get better players otherwhere.
I think when Penix got picked in Atlanta, that was like, what the fuck? I thought that was
that was a little bit of a shock. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that was like, really? I mean, I could see it as a. I see Matt. What's his name? That's not Matt Ryan, but what's the fuck his name? He was pissed off because it didn't make the team better.
Kirk Cousins.
Mm-hmm. He was like, man, you drafted a quarterback. You just paid me to be the quarterback, and you didn't draft like a.
Hey man, I don't know how long I'm gonna hate the Falcons, man, for that, man. I was hoping that the Raiders can get Michael Penix.
Yeah, me too. The more the draft got closer, I was hoping for Penix.
And from what I heard, he's killing in in training camp and from what they've seen so far out of him. But I it'd be interesting if Spencer Rattler, like, he balls out. He ends up taking. You know what I mean? Because Spencer Rattler was there in the 5th round, but the other side to it is this: should we even just take a quarterback just to take a quarterback? Like, we already got AOC last year.
Right.
Like, if you're gonna get a quarterback, let it be like a clear upgrade. Don't get some guy that's gonna be
about the same or
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's got to be a clear upgrade, because that's what I think that's what we were talking about when we got Garoppolo.
Yeah,
we had let Carr go, and we got Garoppolo. I was like, look. Garoppolo wasn't an upgrade, and we always talked about it. He wasn't an upgrade,
right?
I was like, you know what I mean? He wasn't.
But I know this is past, and John, you know me. You're probably gonna call me a Steeler lover because I think they run their organization right. But I was with Chris with this one, bro. I would have took Russell Wilson for that 2-pack annihilators.
Oh yeah,
I would have.
Oh yeah, for the 2-pack annihilators, yeah. But
I mean, that's basically what Pittsburgh gave Denver for him.
Yeah,
what they're paying for him. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was one of those people that was like, man, I like the deal. Like, it's a win-win for the Raiders if we can get a guy on what did he get, like, what, $5 million a year?
$5 million?
It was like a veteran minimum, and a guy like Russell Wilson with his resume, you don't see that for that price.
Right.
He's not that old where he's like he can't play no more. It's like and he's not going to pay him that much where if he plays bad, you could be like, all right, well, we'll cut you in training camp.
Right.
the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was like a win-win, but I have to give credit. I have to give a little bit of leeway to Antonio Pierce, because one of the biggest things that he said is the type of people that he wants to bring in the building. And he's not going to be bringing anybody. He wants to bring Raiders in the building.
People who want to be Raiders, who want to play.
It's a certain type of mentality. And he probably looked at Russell Wilson and is like, nah, you're not
going to fit that. I'm not going to fit that mold.
Yeah, I will say that he did not fit the criteria of, I guess that. But does AOC?
We don't know. We don't know. I don't know yet. I'm just sitting here and say I don't know.
Carr didn't either. You know,
Seemed like a nice guy though. Seemed like
he was a cool guy.
I don't know. I don't know about that one. I don't know about
that. But that was before Antonio Pierce time. You know what I mean? Antonio Pierce is bringing that mentality to it.
Yeah.
The other guys didn't. You know, the other guys didn't. Those other coaches didn't bring that. Raider mentality.
And AOC,
so that's the difference. And AP is bringing that
in the culture.
You know, and AOC was drafted by McDaniels.
Yeah. No. And AOC, he kind of gained the respect of that locker room and that coaching staff. You know what I mean? Like, so there's a little bit of, even though he's not what you would think would be a Raider quarterback, quote unquote, but you know, he has the respect of the team. You know what I mean? The players, they're vouching for him, and you know, Pierce is vouching for him. So we'll see, man. We'll see.
I wouldn't mind team, bro. Yeah, he does. I wouldn't mind AOC getting in someone's face. I think that would be kind of funny.
That's what I heard. He's doing that at Canton, John.
I wouldn't mind seeing.
We got to see if he's getting in people's faces.
I wouldn't mind seeing like. I mean, that's good. That's a whole that whole mentality.
Yeah.
You know what? Hey, look. Some people saying Dak Prescott. Nah, I'm a pass.
I would.
Okay, and I get that as a Cowboy hater and making fun of him, but at this point, wouldn't he be an upgrade?
No, he would.
He'd be an upgrade. I just don't think he'd be the guy.
But he doesn't pass the culture check.
No. It's more so like it just wouldn't make sense. Like, you're gonna make him the highest paid quarterback,
right? That part,
because he's gonna want that. So
every strategic leverage that the Raiders had to upgrade this position and that position goes out the window when you get a Dak Prescott.
When you get a Dak,
and if you get a Dak Prescott and you're paying him, if you're paying a quarterback that much money, he better be, you know, top 3. You know what I mean? You better be Mahomes, like where he can carry the team, and you got like, you know, young players at other positions. Like look at like, for man, you know. As much as I hate, you know, Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, man, but you know, they traded away Tyreek Hill. They had all those young receivers, and they still got it done. Like,
because they have Mahomes.
Because they have Mahomes. But Dak Prescott, is he that guy like that? I don't know if I.
I don't know if he's the same without those weapons.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, man.
I think Myra just likes the way Dak looks. She says Dak's looking good this year. And in really good shape. We don't care about how he's looking and what shape he's in.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
You're welcome.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
V Miller from Moreno Valley, California.
From Mobile. That's where you're from, John. That's your hood, bro. Your mom.
I know it is. My mom's out there in Paris.
Yeah.
Hey man, y'all, the chat is hilarious right now. They said Neff the Pharaoh. That's hilarious.
They said the Pharaoh likes hookers.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow, man. Big time. And that's funny. Robin, you funny. You're hilarious.
Hey, but what's your guys' thought on this disrespect from the media, bro? Not just what's
it's normal.
Yeah,
how much normal? I'm used to it.
Yeah,
with Cower or whatever, and then ESPN with their rank. To me, the one is ESPN with their rankings. Like that's future fucking rankings. Like they think we're like the fucking bottom of the bottom of the bottom.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I like to prove people wrong.
Yeah.
Thank you, Robin. Yeah.
I like it, man. I think you're gonna all you're gonna do is just light the fire in the room. You're just gonna get the players way more focused. They're like, oh, okay, all right. You just like they're gonna be way more focused on what they need to do on that football field. And if Pierce is the right coach, he's gonna be able to guide the team and use that to his advantage. So I like it. But then on the other side too is we just gave, Mahomes, bulletin board, material last week with Kermit or whatever. But you know what? At the end of the day, Mahomes is going to be home, so I don't think it's like a huge deal. But but I like it overall. I don't mind the media because the media is always going to hate on the Raiders, and I just hope Pierce knows how to use that to his advantage to coach the team, and players are listening and like, we're not going to, because you heard Jack Jones the other day.
Jack Jones was upset.
Yeah. He was going in. He was like, man, we hear all this. He started mentioning all the stats and 6-11 and the 28th ranked coach and all that type of stuff. So yeah, man, I love it. Man.
I look at the player's response more than I do the coach's response.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you want your coach. You know what your coach has got to do, so he knows what he's got to do.
Yeah.
But hearing Jack Jones come out and say like, "That's crazy. You think we're going to lose 11 times?"
Man,
you got me losing 11 times.
Right?
Yeah. You got me losing 11 times. You got my coach at 28. You're crazy. You're like, nah. So I like that response.
Yeah,
because that means they're paying attention. We're like, all right, let's go do this. Let's go do what we got to do.
Yeah, Spillane was the other one that spoke up about that, about the disrespect for the rankings, the team. Yeah. Going out there and proving that shit. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or even Tay. You guys see the top 100? Tay's number 40.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So this is what's happening to Tay right now. This is where the media and like all these experts are trying to predict his decline.
Okay.
Because they seen what happened last year. His numbers weren't like as good as their were in previous years, especially the year before. You know what I mean? But they didn't take into account like I said, man, it's hard to judge the players when the offense was just a complete mess.
Yes.
Were there some players that obviously struggled? Probably, but then there was probably some situations where maybe the offense didn't put the players in the best position to win. Like they didn't utilize their skill set the best.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors.
Yeah, the quarterback play wasn't, the best. You know what I mean? You talked about Jimmy G. They were stubborn about him, and he was so bad where you heard Devontae Adams in the documentary say, man, like if they don't do something about the quarterback position, I might have to go. I don't know how y'all feel about that comment, but he was frustrated.
I felt his frustration because I felt like Jimmy G sometimes did throw the ball in a way where like he was just set. It felt like he was setting you up just to get smashed. And I was like, so I felt his frustration because then when he was wide open, he overthrew him like ridiculous. I was like, dude, when he's right there, you miss him. And when he's wide open, that
Lions game where
you
he just
completely missed him.
Yeah.
So he was frustrated. I can see the frustration, and I feel like I was like, ugh. And if he would have stayed that way, I wouldn't be surprised if he left. You know what I mean? But it's changing. So
yeah. And the other side to it too is that like, hey man, he's kind of been blessed and spoiled with Aaron Rodgers for most of his career. So he hasn't.
Yeah.
So he's had a good quarterback. He's had a really good quarterback.
He kind of a little spoiled a little bit, like because he's Aaron Rodgers for most of his career, So he comes to the Raiders, and there's a little bit of uncertainty at that position. So, it's
funny because Leo, you talked about how you feel the Steelers do it right. I like how Green Bay handles their quarterback stuff because they had Favre and they had Aaron Rodgers, and now they got Love. Man. You're talking about that had that span.
Yeah,
they've had 3 quarterbacks when we've had like 40. Yeah. You know what I mean? But they do it the right way.
Yeah,
I don't know. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, they build through the draft, and they're really good at developing quarterbacks. We've seen it time and time again, and just players out. They just draft well, but they have to draft well.
Yeah, you have to draft well, correct.
You have to.
No one's going to Green Bay. Who's going to Green Bay?
No, you gotta draft well. And the guy's gotta be willing to put
apparently Jacobs did. He wanted to go to Green
Bay. Yeah. But then they developed a reputation. They have a young quarterback, young team. They're on a winning. They're on the up and up. So like
they were close to beting San Francisco.
Yeah.
They only lost by 7?
Yeah,
that's because the kicker missed the field goal.
Yeah.
They
whooped on Dallas's ass, which was crazy.
Yeah. So that's gonna be interesting to watch too next year. Is Green Bay for sure? You know what I mean? Especially their quarterback.
Yeah,
man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that quarterback position is gonna be key.
Mm-hmm.
It is for us too, and I think if we, like you said, if we don't get that figured out, then we do waste players. like Devontae, Max, as we're trying to figure out who this damn quarterback is going to be. Yeah, go ahead.
The thing with the quarterback, as long as he's not turning the ball over, because you've had someone like the Baltimore Ravens who were winning games 13-3, 13-6, 13-10 when they won that Super Bowl that year.
Yeah.
The difference was that the quarterback didn't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
So
but in this day and age, with the way the offenses are, how they favor the offense, that's tough.
But we're also appraising our defense. So our defense should be able to keep the score low.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for. We're not looking for the shootout. We're looking for our defense.
We still got to do the 20. We got to score more than 20.
Oh yeah. No, I know that because nowadays the offenses are the game is tailor made for offense now. You can't be hard hitting like in those days and stuff like that. But
I mean, but you're talking about see, like people talk about, they bring up that point. And I talked to Severe about this, and he mentioned he was like, you know what, there's a way of winning. I think it was Big Mike or whatever. We're talking about this, and we're like, there is other ways to win without having a great quarterback, which is technically true. But to win the Super Bowl, you damn near have to have a legendary defense.
That is true.
And maybe a Hall of Fame running back. Shout out, Marshawn Lynch. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then a guy like Russell Wilson, who's just running around making plays back there and making
improvising.
All the other positions got to be stellar. I get that, but I'm saying there is ways to win it without it.
Oh yeah,
it's not as easy. But
no facts. Facts. But it's not easy to find the best quarterback in the league too.
Yeah. Not everybody
can have all that and still lose, because you talk about needing everything. To me, the Ravens have it. They have a quarterback, they have a great defense, they have a good coach, but they always fucking lose to Kansas City.
I think they got robbed against Kansas City though.
Yeah,
there was a lot of
they got a game plan.
They did change their game plans, but there was a lot of holding, a lot of flags, a lot of early contact that were going one way and not the other. Because I remember sitting there watching the game because my sister, my sister's boyfriend, fiance, is a Chiefs fan. So we're sitting there, and I'm wanting Baltimore to win, and I'm sitting there, and I was like, dude, that's a hold. He's holding them the whole time. He's dragging it. That's a hold, and I go, that's a pass interference or contact before, past the 5 yards. He's holding them. That's a holding after 5 yards. And I'm watching it. I was like, dude, and they still barely won.
Yeah, but it's not even just Mahomes with Kansas City. It's Andy Reid. It's that coaching staff. Like that coaching staff has been together for like how long? So now like you got a system that's, like think about the Patriots. They just had that system for so long, so they were just like, oh, you don't want to play? We'll just put this piece in and just rinse and repeat.
Plug and play.
Because you got Tom Brady at quarterback, or you got Mahomes. So it's like it's gonna be tough to beat, but. Yeah, man.
You got to disrupt that before it becomes that whole Tom Brady plug and play, because that's all it was. You take one guy out, plug in another one, and that's all. That's what. Someone similar, take this guy out. Someone similar, throw him in, and they would just keep going.
Yeah. We'll see.
Kansas City is getting to that point where they let go Tyreek. We're not going to pay you. Go somewhere else, and you've got a couple of rookies that come in who drop a lot of balls early. Catch them at the end.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
There's no way they're gonna win 3 straight. Hell no. Come on. Like the Raiders.
And that's what I keep telling people. Like they make it seem like there's
a
reason no NFL team has done that. Even those great Steeler teams, those great Cowboy and Niner teams, even the Patriots couldn't do it. No, but they couldn't win 3 in a row. Like, that's
because you got to stay healthy. You got to stay healthy. And one of the telltale signs too with winning teams that they can't keep it going, or what stops them sometimes is the stuff off the field. And if you notice, like Kansas City players been in the news off the field this offseason. So
the receiver was
distractions and things like that. You know what I mean? How much can Mahomes overcome that? And then obviously you got to stay healthy. NFL's like a year-to-year league, bro. Like
changes.
Yeah, it changes, bro. Like,
and sometimes it changes drastically because you see teams who are and then like the Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles from one day to another, they were like,
they were the last undefeated team, and at the end, I was like, what happened?
Yeah,
that comes to the whole being healthy and it's hard to stay healthy.
He said the KC Thugs in Harmony. Oh,
man,
man.
Hilarious. I'm here for it, man. I'm here for all the Kansas City. Hey, I'm here for it, man. I love it. I love it.
Oh, man. Like he was talking about his sister, the fiance. My brother is a big Kansas City fan. And not a bandwagon. This was been a fan of this since we were kids.
Oh, damn. So, that household must have been crazy, man.
Oh, it is. Oh,
that's why I talked shit to my sister because her fiance has been a Kansas City Chiefs fan for a long time. Because his household was a Raider fan. It was a Raider household. Yeah. So he just went the opposite way. He was like, "No, I'm gonna go the opposite way just because I want to," kind of a thing. But I talked to my sister because my sister jumped on that wagon just because he was jumping on that wagon.
Man, how are those conversations, man? Because I hate the Chiefs, man.
They're hated. They're hated. Oh, it gets so tense, like on Christmas.
Oh, Christmas was the
me
best
and my
day
nephew
ever.
wanted to talk so much shit, but we knew we had to wait because if they come back on our ass, we ain't gonna hear the end of it, right? Yeah, it gets awkward and tense, bro.
Oh, so it's that was kind of like the best present right there, to be in the same room with a Kansas City fan that.
Oh, and we were like each had pajamas. We had Raider ones, they had Kansas City ones. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was running in my mouth. I was like, "How'd that Christmas taste?" You know what I mean? I was running because we're all together for Christmas, so we go back and forth, and I'm like,
literally shut them down. The Raiders defense literally shut them down.
Yeah, and I was talking smack before that, because I just like to talk shit to them. I was like, we'll get that. I was like, we'll get that bud in on Christmas, dog. We'll get that bud on Christmas, dog. Trip. He was like, yeah, no. You always say that. You never. I was like, we're gonna get it on Christmas. So I was hoping we did because I was talking shit.
Dog, so we can watch one of those games down there in Vegas with y'all.
Mm-hmm. You should come down for one. Come down here for one of those Chiefs games.
Yeah, man.
Bring your brother and everybody.
Are you guys going to that first game, that Chargers game in LA?
I'll be in LA. We're gonna be there. You coming?
The 18th home game for the Raiders. The 18th.
Yes.
Or 19th, because I think we play. Do we play the Rams in LA?
Yeah, we play the Rams.
Yeah, we play the Rams in LA too.
So we got 2 extra home games right there, man.
Yeah, I'll be there. Yeah.
There you go.
Are you coming to LA, bro?
Yeah, I'm trying to get to that first game. I'm trying to see the tickets real quick. I'm just like, should I wait? Should I get it now? Should I get it, right before? Is it gonna get sold out? I don't know, man. So
man. So if you're coming, let us know. There's going to be a huge, I don't know if you've already seen it, but Raider Crusaders doing a huge party, LA Takeover at the Hollywood Bowl. They're going to have little Eazy-E there, MC Yeller. Paul Mal's going to be there doing free autographs.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to actually have a vendor booth there. So actually, Art, the guy who's in the chat, comment about where I got this hat. I'm going to be selling them there. I made these. So I'll have them there. If you want one, Art, just go to my IG. Or you can also go on IG for Raider Crusaders and get that event. But then also we're going to have a tailgate. We're gonna be tailgating with the Oakland crew, with Myra and them.
Oh,
so we're gonna be set up with them right next. They put us right next to the bar and the DJ. I don't know if it's a good idea, but that's where they're putting us. So we'll see how that goes.
It's a short walk.
Yeah. So if you come, bro, just come through. Come through, bro. We'll be there.
And this is the Chargers week,
Charger
right?
game. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna hit that up. Yeah, for sure. If I get tickets, it's which is looking like. So I'm definitely gonna probably slide through.
Yeah. We'll be out there.
All right, that sounds good.
Yeah, try and go to that takeover too, bro. It's gonna be fun. Mm-hmm.
Yep, no doubt, man.
So real quick before we bounce, I know a lot of people are one of the things I'm most concerned about is people panicking in the beginning because our schedule was tough in the beginning, right? And you know how Raider fans are. If we start going 0-2, like that's it, throw everything away, flush everything down the toilet, get ready for Shedeur Sanders, all that type of shit. So, first 5 games, what's your prediction for the first 5 games? How do we come out of those first 5 games? And all right, the Chargers.
Let me take a look at the schedule.
Ravens, the Panthers, the Browns, and the Broncos. Those are the first 5.
Let me see. Let me put it right.
Chargers, Ravens, Panthers, Browns, and Broncos.
Yeah.
3-2.
You say 3-2, John?
I think we'll lose to Baltimore. I think we'll lose to Baltimore. I want to say 4-1 because I don't want to lose to the Browns, but when we play the Browns, it's always tough for some reason. It's always a tough game with the Browns. The only thing is that it's going to be here. Raven, I think we lose it. It's going to be in Baltimore, so I think we lose it in Baltimore. I don't know.
Reese's 5-0.
You know what? I'm gonna go.
Space Beast 4-1.
I think we say 4-1 actually. I think we
yeah.
I'm leaning to. I think high end 4-1. I think that Ravens game is going to be tough, man. You know, East Coast games have always been tough to the Raiders just because of that time difference. And then you're playing.
But we've been good against Pittsburgh and Baltimore on the road, which is crazy.
Yeah. But I think we lose that Ravens game. We finally beat the Chargers in delay because we haven't done it. I don't know why, but we haven't done it.
Yep.
We continue our streak with the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
We beat the Browns here, and then we got the Panthers here. So we win the home opener. Got to win that home opener.
Yeah.
So I said 4-1, and if we do lose one at home, it'll be to the Browns. I say.
Yeah. The AFC North is going to be tough when we play them, and Browns is it's going to be a tough game. They're tough defensively, one of the best defensive teams in football. But it's going to be at home. Hopefully, the Raider fans outnumber the Browns fans.
That's gonna be another part, right? Are we gonna
outnumber them there? But yeah, I think high end 4-1, low end maybe 3-2.
Yeah,
3-2 low end.
I think so. I think so. 3-2. Yeah, I think the worst case would be 3-2.
Yeah,
because say we're 2-3. Are you gonna panic?
No, I wouldn't panic, but I guess it depends also how we lose.
Okay, that's another part, right? How we're losing.
I think how we lose, and I would say 2-3 just because I just hate giving Chargers credit, but they always find a way to beat us in LA. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but we always play the Chargers just bad in LA.
Here in LA,
like they go up and it's like 21-0, like right off the bat. And we're playing
last
from behind
year was the same way.
Every single time.
Same way. Yeah.
Every single time. And that's the only thing is like they always start off good and then they die out and then we come back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, but it's like that'd be the one that'd be like I guess I figured that, or maybe I saw that.
Yeah. But that Chargers game is going to be physical, man.
Yeah.
That Chargers game is going to be physical just based off how Harbaugh coaches. Like Harbaugh coach football teams are always going to be physical teams. Just his MO, his history. But I just think the Raiders are going to come out the gate. Defense is going to be flying around. It's going to be the Raider fans it's going to be so loud in there, especially after every big play. This is going to be a different team to root for because usually like we'll be looking at the offense and you know typically we they score a touchdown or this guy gets off. There's that. The last few years, it's been the offense, but as of last year up until now, defense is what we're kind of excited to look forward to. And I think, that D line is going to get after it, man. I'm excited about the defense, man. I think they can come out the gate and win that game. And then you got obviously Baltimore. Can they win it? Is it possible? Yes, but
I think if we go 2-0. It's gonna open up a little bit of eyes, like okay.
Oh, if we go 2-0, man,
that's gonna open up a lot. Like okay, wait a minute,
just
right off the bat with 2-0, because you're talking about a team you've never beat in LA, a team you've never beat at their house. You beat them, and then you go across the country to Baltimore to beat last year's one of AFC's championship teams. Who are fighting for that championship. You go out there and you win that in their house. So you won 2 games on the road.
What up, Dad?
Against opponents you've always struggled.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to open up, be like, okay.
Yeah. It's just, we're playing the Chargers. Might be an emotional first game, division rival, physical game.
A lot of smack talk going too.
Yeah. Already a lot of smack talk between the two. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And then you got the Ravens next week. It's going to be tough. But then Panthers, that's a winnable game.
That's a winnable game.
But, any given Sunday at the end of the day, we don't know what this Panthers team is going to look like next year. But I think the Raiders could pull that out. And then the Browns, defensively, I feel like they're going to be tough.
Yeah.
But offensively, what are we going to be getting with a Deshaun Watson-led team, which he's
Deshaun's playing,
if he plays, and on top of that, like he hasn't really been the same player that he once was. So
no, he's not. So
I don't know what to expect from that. But hey, when you have the Raiders defense at home, I'm gonna go Raiders, and then the Broncos. I think Raiders handle that business. Bo Nix ain't gonna be doing anything. I seen a Bo Nix throw like a big 6 the other day. So I'm keeping tabs on the AFC West opponents, man. So
yeah,
and he overall, I mean, we'll see, but I think 4-1 high end, 3-2
low end.
Yeah, low end.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm gonna keep it positive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep positive.
Keep positive.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep positive.
I think I heard the Donkeys are gonna wear their Orange Crush jerseys too.
Oh, that's even better. Oh, that's even better.
I hope they wear that old school Denver helmet too, just to beat them with that one too.
Oh, the old one, the one with the D on it,
the one with the D on it, the brand.
Yeah.
No,
what up, Gabe? Yeah. But no, I appreciate you, Pharaoh, stopping by, bro. We gotta do this again. This was good.
Oh,
this was
nice. All good, man. Appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah. Let them know where they can find you at, brother.
I mean, just like y'all can see it on the screen, man. Pharaoh NFL, PHAROAH NFL, all over social media, including YouTube, which I do a show every week. Actually, tonight, the 50-50 show, and also I collab with Big Mike Raider and Severe. Severe tonight, and then Big Mike Raider later in the week with Severe around the Shield. So that stay tuned for that. I think Saturday mornings is when we drop it. So make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like the videos, all that good stuff. But yeah, man, hey, appreciate you having me on.
Oh, of course, bro. Of course. Anytime.
Thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, coming on. Yeah. And as always, Nation, thank you for tuning in. You always catch us on Mondays. Me and my homeboy John try and bring and add different people to you. You know how we do. Can't get excited. Week 2 of training camp. They put on the pads.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see if I can take my ass over there and try and sneak in again. I'm gonna try. They didn't let me in last week.
I'm just excited to watch the football. I'm even excited just to watch preseason game, just to be able to watch football. I'm not gonna lie.
It's coming up, bro. August 10th is the first one. So
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah. Off season for me, it went by pretty quick. Usually off season.
You think so?
Yeah. I don't know what it was. Like I thought, like, and to be honest with you, we've been doing, me and Severe, like I was telling Severe the other day, I was like, we've been doing a show every Monday consistently, like throughout the whole off season. And I'm like, at some point, we're like, it's gonna get really, really dry here, no Raider football, no Raider OTAs, no training camp, like
you start making shit up.
But hey, we were able to talk about a lot of different things that was going on around football, and including the Raiders, and we kept it going. And then we look up, and Raiders are pulling up at Costa Mesa. So yeah, man. Yeah. It just got here, man. But yeah, man. Hey, like I said, man, I appreciate you having me on, man. It's a great show, and hopefully we have y'all on, man. We'll have y'all on soon.
For sure, bro.
Yeah, man.
That'll be good.
Let us know. We're always down.
And I appreciate everybody, the nation pulling up, man. Everybody in the chat, man. Hey, make sure to tune in tonight, man. 50-50 show, man. We going live, man. So make sure to stay tuned for that.
Yeah, check that out if you don't already.
Check that out, guys.
Yeah.
All
right, peace out.
All right.
Peace.